Good morning, YouTube. I'm in East Dayton on East 3rd Street by Spurlin Avenue right here, and this area was mentioned in an article by Jessica Hepner of Channel 7 and well, the area wasn't mentioned, but I seen the area on her video about where the police are doing some undercover prostitution stings. But I already made a video of that even when it was dark here. And since I was on the news yesterday, since I was interviewed about the house from Brooklyn Avenue, and I got a video of that Saturday, so for those of you who are just coming on board with my page or just discovering my page, I cover various things, you know, abandoned houses, you know, what's going on in the community. I also show the good neighborhoods, and my channel started off as nature videos, but after living around the abandoned houses and living right next to one for a while after it was burned out, it really inspired me to want to show the stuff that the city of Dayton doesn't want you to see. And you know, I'm going to title this video, "Should Dayton really be proud to call itself Little Detroit?" You know, because this side of town, on the east side of town, you know, I'm 38, you know, I've lived in the Dayton area all my life. I've lived in East Dayton for the last 6 years. I don't ever recall this side of town ever being a good side of town, at least during my lifetime, at the corner of 3rd and Drury. I'm walking west. I'm going to walk west for about 6 blocks. And so should Dayton, Ohio really be proud to call itself Little Detroit? As I just mentioned, I'm 38. I don't ever recall this side of town being a good side of town, you know, during my lifetime. Maybe it might have been. I've spent time over here over the years. I can tell you the one difference I could probably tell you, probably from 15 or 20 years ago, not every house, it seemed like, was boarded up or abandoned and businesses were open, so maybe people still had, you know, some people over here still had jobs in, but there was a lot of despair. This right here is the site of where my video was, $500 reward for stolen copper in East Dayton. I filmed multiple videos from this location before, so I mean, from this general area. And you know, you have a lot of abandoned houses here. You have those two right there, which was the site of my previous video. And this really looks like hell right here. The corner of 3rd and Hedges right here. So, you know, this is the core of what, although some of these houses here are still occupied, some of them are, some of them aren't. But is this really what we should be proud to call ourselves? You know, you're going to see, I'm coming along a stretch here where there's a lot of boarded up houses and businesses here on a very nice stretch. Now this house, I don't know, it looks like it's in better shape than some, but some of these are still occupied and in good shape yet, but the way things are going in this city, you know, that probably is not going to last for long, you know, because I mentioned the prostitution, where they were doing the prostitution sting earlier in the video. This side of town has always had a lot of drug activity. At the corner of 3rd and Harbine, down the street there, is a few blocks down is where that mummified body was found at, and that was actually the site of a couple of my videos of Welcome to East Dayton, Detroit's Golden Child. Politically minded person, Fitzgerald for governor. Think you back Ed Fitzgerald in this election, you're fighting a losing battle, because he ain't gonna make it here. Beware of dog right here. Because the Democrats this year for governor just have probably the worst candidate for governor that they've ever had. So even voting if this year in the governor's race, as far as that goes, is just, I don't know, just plain stupid, because the challengers had some scandals, and I look for Kasich to defeat him overwhelming. But this is information on somebody. Yeah, this is about that pervert on Grand Avenue who was taking girls into those houses. I filmed that area too. It's in northwest Dayton. But here there was a pharmacy right there. I don't remember what it was called, but that closed up a while back after the owners went out of business. This place right here is no longer in business. Boarded up plywood shack. This company right here, this store right here, WWMAC Mac, is one of the few that are still serviceable. That doctor's office, I don't know if it's still open. Low income apartments over there on Irwin Street. So here we got more boarded up plywood shacks right here. So is this really what we should be proud of? Should we really be proud to call ourselves Little Detroit? Yeah, for sale. Good luck with this endeavor. It's everywhere. Corner of 3012 East 3rd Street. Beware of dog, but this site is boarded up right here, so nobody probably doesn't live in that anymore. And another for sale right here. Another house that looks to be abandoned, 3006. Bar that's open, Chris's Bandbox, that's been there for a long time. The corner of 3rd and McGee, this building, Jazz Central, I'm not even sure if this is still used anymore or not, but empty lot here, undoubtedly, where there used to be a house or building that stood right here. And this building that's right next to it, it does not look occupied. Yeah, this is gone. Yeah, this building's not occupied anymore. B&W Home Improvements. Yeah, this house over here is abandoned right here. There used to be a house, of course, right next to that lot right there where a house used to stand at. This one may or still may not be occupied. This one, 291. Yeah, this is abandoned. Nobody, 2911 or 2912. 2908, cannot tell if that one is still occupied or not, but yeah, used to be a house right there that caught on fire. Coffee Cup, this has been out of business for a while. They're no longer serviceable. The corner of 3rd and Jersey. I'm only a block over from where, to the north, right over where I took the video. Welcome to East Dayton, home of abandoned welfare houses, and that's boarded up right there, not serviceable. Door's been busted open right here. This house has been abandoned for a really long time. It is really just a complete crap hole. So is this really what we should be proud of? For sale by owner. Good luck with that endeavor. Another one that is for sale right there, 2925 and 2827. This right here, construction permit. But this is abandoned. I don't know what the construction permit says, but good luck. Good luck with that though. Can't see a year on it. It says this is well over a year or two old. Make general repairs. So yeah, this is abandoned. 2930. It's just everywhere. That's of course is abandoned. It says for sale by owner, but it's probably already been ransacked, of course. And cannot tell if anybody's living in this one or not. Nah, it doesn't look like it. So just a lot of abandonment. It just looks like little Detroit for you, man. It just looks like hell. 2815 across the street. That is abandoned right there. So, you know, this really looks like hell, and should we really be proud to call ourselves Little Detroit? Now maybe, you know, Detroit, and of course most of these Rust Belt cities, 60 years ago, you know, it was a point of pride to have been associated with Detroit. It was one of the nicest cities in the U.S., and of course their wealth spread throughout all these Rust Belt cities in Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, PA, Wisconsin, and only another lot where undoubtedly there used to be a house that stood for rent right there, 2801. Good luck with that. House there, white one on Monument, that's clearly wide open, but yeah, it was right over that way where I took a block down that way is where I took the home of abandoned, Welcome East Dayton home of abandoned welfare houses. 3rd Street Peace Fellowship Church right here. You know, I've showed this area multiple times, but I've wanted to make another video of this area to show. Is this really what we should be proud of as a city? Yeah, this house that's across the street, it's kind of interesting. They actually boarded the windows from the inside of it, which is very interesting. $2,500 reward. For, I guess, damage to property right here. This house right here, it still looks serviceable, just barely. I can't tell if anybody's still living in that one, but just homes that are just falling apart. Just like this side of town is falling apart. I have not seen any, well, prostitutes that are really noticeable, but they're around. Bomb's Diner, that was the site of another video of mine that just closed very recently at the corner of 3rd and Philadelphia, and I'm gonna get ready to end this one. Empty lot where a house used to stand. This caught on fire several years ago. I actually know somebody that actually lived in that one. And this house over here was a site of another video of mine about a week ago. I believe it was titled something along Welcome to Scrapped East Dayton or something along those lines. But so yeah, this is the core of what Dayton has been allowed to become right here. Yeah, this part of 3rd that I'm coming up on, this area I've covered has been known for prostitution during the 6-block stretch. This other side of Findlay has been really bad for it over the last probably 25 over the last 25 years. So houses there have just fallen apart, of course, on Finley. Overall, just a lot of despair here. You know, they've talked about the heroin epidemic. Well, YouTube, you're right in the middle of the heroin city right here, because there's a lot of it in this neighborhood. A lot of heroin, a lot of crack. More so on this side of town than on other parts of Dayton, you know, at the corner of 3rd and Finley. So I'm gonna end the video there. So let me know what you guys think. Should we really be proud to call ourselves Little Detroit any longer?